Hello and a very good evening and welcome to the news live on Channel I.
Hello, a very good evening. I'm Nipuni Samarasekara.
And I'm Faisal Bongzo. President Mahinda Rajapaksa said it is the objective of the government to carry forward the development process in unison with everyone by bringing the prosperity of the new year to the whole country. The development process started for the benefit of the future generation cannot be reversed by anyone. The President made these comments participating at the opening of the Immigration Resources Centre established at Godigama in Thangala. This is the first of the series of training in Immigration Resources Centres scheduled to be opened by the Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau. This program is implemented under the Mahinda Chintana Future Vision scheme of taking government services to the villages. The new centre consists of a modern auditorium, a fully equipped hostel for 160 trainees, officers and other facilities. The centre will carry out several training programs to offer the third level NVQ National Vocational Training Certificate. The centre will provide services to the Southern Province youth who look forward to foreign employment. A language laboratory for developing the talents of village children has also been established in this centre. The President handed over at this function certificates to 273 youth who had received training under the Foreign Employment Bureau to obtain employment in Italy. The President, addressing the function, pointed out that at a time when the economies of powerful countries are dwindling, the economy of Sri Lanka remains stronger due to the correct economic policies being adopted by the government. The President said that the people employed overseas bring an income of 6 billion rupees for the country, and all these 6 billion rupees were spent for the import of oil, because if oil was not provided, there will be no electricity and there will be no movement of vehicles on the roads. He said when the economies of many developed countries crashed, Sri Lanka safeguarded its banks without them crashing, and he said that one bank which was about to collapse was taken over by the government. The President said that this government has provided a large number of employment to the people. The President also said that similar to people being sent out for employment by the Bureau, there will be enormous employment opportunities when the Hambantota Harbour, Mattala Airport and other development projects come into full potential. The President also said institutions like what was opened today are necessary to train the required manpower for employment. Meanwhile, Minister Dilan Pereira, addressing the function, explained about the bomb blast that took place in America today. Mr. Dilan Pereira said that the news of the bomb blast in America shocked him and reminded him about the attack on Minister Gerard Fernandez-Pillay. The minister said that we now feel the freedom we enjoy after defeating terrorists. However, the Americans are in a sad state today. Minister Mahinda Amaravira, parliamentarians Namal Rajapaksa and VK Indika and several others attended the function.
Following the bomb blast carried out targeting the Boston Marathon, security arrangements in the United States and several other countries have been intensified. 3 people have died in the blasts and 154 others have been injured. About 28,000 people from several countries participated in the 117th Boston Marathon. The first bomb blast occurred near the finishing line of the marathon. The first blast took place after several runners had passed the finishing line, and the second bomb detonated a few minutes later near the spectators' stand. An 8-year-old child is also among the dead. Eyewitnesses say that he was waiting for his father to finish the race. Hospital sources say that 17 of the injured are in critical condition. Doctors have also said that 20 people had to have their legs amputated. A few minutes after the marathon bomb blast, a blast had also taken place in the John F. Kennedy Library in Boston, although no one had been affected by it. President Barack Obama has said that stern punishment will be meted out to those connected with the bomb blasts. However, he has refrained from describing these blasts as a terrorist act. However, the FBI says that investigations will be carried out considering the incidents as severe acts of
Continuing to
terrorism.
monitor and respond.
Security has been
Situations
strengthened
that
throughout
unfold.
the United States,
Directed
and most
full
parts of
resources
Boston
to the federal
City have
government
been closed.
to help state and local
Security authorities
authorities
say that
protect our
roads
people,
around the White House in
increase
Washington have also
security
been
around-
closed, and low-flying aircraft have been banned over New York and other main cities. Meanwhile, security has been strengthened in the cities of London and Tokyo as well. The police says that the bombs that were detonated today are similar to bombings during the 1996 Atlanta
She
Olympics.
described it as a cannon, and that's how powerful this blast was. While Ryan was talking.
Meanwhile, President Mahinda Rajapaksa has condemned the bomb attacks carried out in Boston in the United States today. The president, in a condolence message sent to the American President Barack Obama in this connection, has said that he is sending the condolences of the government and the people of Sri Lanka to the families of those who have been killed and for the people who have been victimized. The presidential spokesman Mohan Samaranayake said that this has been stated in the message sent to the American president this evening by the president. The bomb blasts were targeted at a marathon held in the city of Boston today. The president has reminded the death of Minister Gerard Fernandopoulos by a terrorist attack several years ago in Sri Lanka when it had been arranged to start a marathon. The president stated in his message that the people of Sri Lanka will understand the pain of an attack of this nature as people who had been battered by terrorism for 3 decades. The president has also mentioned in his message to Barack Obama the importance of all countries to unite to eradicate cruel terrorism.
Meanwhile, a special bus and train services will be operated from tomorrow for the convenience of the people returning to Colombo from their villages after the new year. The Rup-Eng-News crew that toured the Colombo city today says that the people have already started to return to Colombo. Over the last few days, the city of Colombo, which is usually packed with people, was totally deserted. Although some shops and offices reopened today, the city remained empty for the most part. The large crowds rushing to board buses on the 14th and 15th have completely disappeared. An adequate number of buses and trains were being operated to meet their requirements. However, some of the bus crews that spoke to the Rup-Eng-News team said that there was a shortage of passengers for scheduled buses. Additional bus services are being operated from all main towns for the people to return to Colombo. The Sri Lanka Transport Board has also scheduled many buses from outstation towns for the people to return to Colombo from tomorrow. The Deputy Chairman of the SLTB, L.A. Vimalaratna, said that another 400 buses have been deployed in addition to the 1,500 long service buses being operated by the SLTB. The chairman of the National Transport Commission, Roshan Gunawardena, said that special private bus services will be operated from tomorrow. He said that in coordination with regional transport authorities, bus services will be introduced as per the requirements of the people. Meanwhile, the Superintendent of Railways, L.A.R. Ratnayaka, said that special New Year train services will be operated until the 21st of this month.
You're watching the news live on Rup-Eng-News, yet with news at home. The Met Department informs that despite rains, the warm atmosphere will continue to prevail until the first week of May. In April every year, rain occurs with lightning, and the department requests the people to be cautious about lightning effects. But due to severe warmth during daytime, the moisture content increases. The Met Department informs that this situation creates thunder showers during the evening. The Director General of the Met Department, S.H. Karyavasam, said that in the evenings the sky will be cloudy and there could be thunder showers. There could also be lightning during this period. Therefore, the people should be very cautious about the effects of lightning. The reason for the warm situation prevailing these days is the increase of moisture in the air and the minimal blow of winds. The Director General of the Met Department, S.H. Karyavasam, also said that this situation will prevail continuously even if it rains. He said that the situation will minimize after the month of May.
It is spring in Japan, and it is the season in which the sakura flowers bloom. The sakura flowers are closely connected to the life of the Japanese people. This report about the dawn of the season of sakura, which has made Japan colorful, is being brought by Prasad Kaushale Dodangodege of National Rup-Eng-News from Tokyo.
It's the sakura flower that brings the message to Japan, the arrival of spring. The event is widely known as cherry blossoms. The blooming of sakura or cherry flowers differ from areas to areas. The people living in the Okinawa Islands of western Japan saw the first sakura flowers in the latter part of January this year. The people of Sapporo in the eastern Hokkaido Islands will get the final opportunity of seeing the cherry blossoms in the month of May. During these days, sakura flowers can be seen in Tokyo and its surrounding areas. Although there is no official national flower for Japan, the people of that country consider the sakura flower as a national symbol. It's also closely connected to Japanese Buddhist concepts. These flowers, which blooms beautifully, spread its fragrance and then dies, reminds the Buddhist concept of temporal nature. Connected with Japanese heroism, sakura symbolizes famous samurai warriors. Kamikaze pilots during the World War II used sakura flower as a symbol of theirs. There are 4 varieties of sakura flowers widely seen in Japan. Their color differs from white to pink. Cherry blossoms is a popular tourist season in Japan. Prasad Kaushal Dudangodage, Rup-Eng reporting from Tokyo.
The Supreme Court Judge Shirani Tilakavardhana has taken oaths as the acting Chief Justice. Swearing in was held at Temple Trees today. Mrs. Shirani Tilakavardhana took oath as the acting Chief Justice in front of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. Secretary to the President, Lalit Veeratunga, was also present on this occasion.
I, Shirani Tilakavardhana, do solemnly declare, swear, in accordance with the Constitution of the
President Mahinda Rajapaksa has inspected the conservation work being carried out at the historical Ramba Raja Mahavihara in Abelanthota. This vihara is situated on a 200-acre site of archaeological significance. The ancient Ramba Vihara, which has a history dating back to about 2,000 years, is considered to be situated on the battleground for the war between King Vijayabahu and the kings of the Chola dynasty. In the past, this area was named as the Mahanagakula area. Folklore states that the Queen Sivila Devi had kept the tooth relics deposited in the vihara. It was also at this sacred site that the Venerable Mahasenthera had written the oldest Pali Sandesha, known as the Manaulu Sandesha. The area was deserted and was covered with forests after the establishment of the Ramba Vihara Sacred Area Development Foundation in 1995. The renovation and conservation work on the Vihara began. The chairman of the foundation was President Mahinda Rajapaksa, at that time as the Minister of Labour. The chief organizer of the Ramba Vihara Sacred Area Development Foundation, Gami Rasaputra, said that the Ramba Vihara Sacred Area Conservation Project was launched as a pilot project by establishing the Runu Cultural Triangle. The conservation work has now reached its final stages. The chief incumbent of the Vihara, Beligalle Sarnapalathera, is serving a long and dedicated service for the development of the sacred area.
The United People's Freedom Alliance said that the malicious and jealous statements being made by some opposition politicians in collaboration with anti-Sri Lankan foreign powers with the hope of coming back to power are indeed hilarious. A statement issued by the General Secretary of the UPFA, Minister Susil Premajant, points out that these anti-national statements contribute to create disunity among communities and religions and to obstruct the development process of the country. The United People's Freedom Alliance was able to continuously strengthen its voting base from the 2004 general election and the local government and provincial council. The general election and the presidential elections followed after that. The alliance was also successful in increasing the number of representative parties and the number of people's representatives. There are several political parties aligned with the UPFA who represent Sinhala, Tamil, Muslim and other communities. The government has ensured that no terrorist acts had taken place since May 2009 and is now dedicated for establishing reconciliation among the communities. The United People's Freedom Alliance was able to achieve the political stability required for the economic development of the country. Other political parties who have joined the alliance to uphold the Mahinda Chintana policies are also dedicated for this purpose. The statement also pointed out that the government has launched a rapid development process for the benefit of posterity and to regain the development that was denied to the country for the last 30 years. Programs such as Divinagama have also been launched to provide the benefits of the development and the freedom devoid of any communal objectives. The government has been able to achieve an economic growth of over 7% to maintain the inflation at single-digit level and to bring down unemployment to lower than 5%. Certain parties in the opposition, meanwhile, who cannot stomach these achievements, are conspiring with various foreign powers to obstruct the development process. In the recent days, these forces acted in various forms. The General Secretary of the United National Party, Tissa Attanayaka, announced recently that if they come to power, the Mattala Rajapaksa International Airport will be converted to a museum. The United People's Freedom Alliance points out that it is sad to note that the General Secretary of a political party cannot understand the difference between an airport and a museum. The opposition has forgotten that people of this country respect others' opinion and values, and also values peace and harmony. This kind of malicious and vicious statements are rejected by the people of this country with much disgust. The United People's Freedom Alliance points out that every time the anti-Sri Lankan forces act against the country, the people rally round the government as one single nation.
The Sri Lankan High Commission in Pretoria, South Africa, has appointed Saki Apinje as Sri Lanka's first honorary consul in Namibia on the approval of Professor G.L. Pires, Minister of External Affairs. Apinje is a specialist in industrial relations and arbitration and has wide-ranging commercial involvement, which includes directorships in companies engaged in financial services, construction and transportation. Apinje is also a long-standing member of the SWAPO ruling party, which at its inception played a crucial role in the armed struggle against South African apartheid rule. Shahan Ratnavale, the High Commissioner in Pretoria, South Africa, concurrently accredited to Namibia, presented Apinje on the 9th of April 2013 the Commission letter appointing him as Honorary Consul in Namibia. At this meeting, it was indicated that Sri Lankan companies and institutes are interested in exploring opportunities in areas such as diamond cutting and polishing, lapidary, jewellery manufacture, agricultural machinery exports, education and training, export of rubber goods, as well as exports of fishing craft and other maritime vessels.
Yet with local news, the Potgul Viharya in Polonnaruwa is considered as the oldest library identified in Sri Lanka. The special attention of the foreign tourists has now been focused on this Viharya. In Sinhala, it is known as Potgul, as a place in which books have been stored, or a library. The Potgul Viharya, which is situated in the Parakramabahu statue in Polonnaruwa, is considered as an important archaeological monument. The historical accounts indicate that it was established by King Mahaparakramabahu, who ruled the country during the 12th century. The architecture of this Viharya has been made to facilitate storing books and other material. The structure has been constructed with bricks, and 4 small dagabas can be seen on all the 4 corners. It is significant that the roof of the library building has also been made of bricks. Archaeologists state that a similar construction tradition can be seen in Cambodia as well.
The veteran performing artist Santin Gunawardena has passed away. He was 75 years of age. He entered the arts through Henry Jayasena's Janilya stage drama in the year 1962. He has contributed to art through his dramatic performances for more than 50 years. The contributions made by him include roles in dramas such as Queenie, Manaranjana, Vedavarjana, Apata Pute Magak Nate, Subha Sahayasa and Hunuwate Katav. He also contributed his performances to teledramas such as Senevanteo, Tudaru and Attabinde, and to films such as Siurangasena and Arumosa. He was presented with an honorary award for his achievements at the recent State Drama Awards Festival. His body is being kept at his residence at 31 Dahammawata in Muratua, and the funeral will take place at Mount Lavinia Cemetery at 5 p.m. tomorrow.
A very good evening to you. I'm Sharifa Tahir with the latest on sports. Jayanta Dharmadasa was elected as the new president and Nishant Ranatunga was elected as the secretary in the Sri Lanka cricket elections, which was held today. It is significant that representatives from opposing groups have been appointed as office bearers. The election was held under the supervision of the Department of Elections. The post of president and the secretary were elected unanimously. Although Thilanga Sumathipala and Mr. Dharmadasa were nominated for the post of the president, Thilanga Sumathipala's nomination got rejected. Election of other officials was carried out by voting. K. Madhivanan and Mohan De Silva got elected as vice president by a majority of votes. Nuski Mohammed was elected as the treasurer. Hiranta Pereira was elected as deputy secretary and Ajit Pascal was elected as deputy treasurer. This is the first time that an election of Sri Lanka cricket has been held under the observation of the Department of Elections. The elections were held by secret ballots. The media was not allowed to cover the election process. And finally on sports, British Sports Minister Hugh Robertson says he has every confidence the London Marathon will pass off without incident on Sunday the 21st of April. Security is being scrutinized for the event, which will attract 36,000 runners in the wake of yesterday's horrific scenes in Boston, where explosions near the finish line killed at least 3 people and wounded more than 100. Robertson said he was confident of security arrangements for the London Marathon and encouraged people to attend as a show of solidarity with Boston. The London race was first run in 1981 and has become a centerpiece of the sporting calendar in Britain, with elite athletes being joined by the vast number of amateur runners who compete to raise money for charity.
Good night.